Hello. So we have a game on 2 handicap this time, where white wins by a close margin. It's again a reverse komi game, and let's have a look. So black starts with a komoku. Black can also consider attacking the lower right corner, but it's absolutely fine to go for the empty corner instead of being aggressive right away. White is approaching the corner to prevent the shimari, which is good. Now this Kosumi, it's a typical move to respond when white plays the low approach, because playing away white will put pressure. So in order to prevent being pressed, it's normal to play the Kosumi. Against the high approach, it's more common to play the Keima instead. So the Joseki will be like this, a very basic pattern. Playing the Kosumi, if we have the same Joseki played by black, then e16 ends up being a little over concentrated in this case. Another very common move for black in this position is to attach under c15 and grab the corner. This Joseki is considered slightly better for black than for white, because black is building like 15 solid points in the corner. So black should always consider c15 first. And other options would be to play pincer, like this or like this. And this usually leads to more complicated Josekis. Let's check a variation here. In this pattern, black has to develop the top and the left side, while white simply fix the corner. So white push out. Instead of playing Hane, black should consider the one space jump. If white nob again to take away the nice tiger mouth shape, black can just extend in the top. So now white will probably attach once in the corner and then extend on the left side. White can still pull back like in the basic Joseki and then extend from the wall, or extend even further. So Hane, counter Hane, get ahead, this is good. Well, black can also connect solid, so that this is much easier to fight in the corner. And in this case, white will either play a tiger mouth or no b to get ahead. Then black can consider a move to remove the nice extension from the wall. So black extends, white tries to fix the corner. Instead of playing this, it's still better for white to pull back and then extend on the left side. Playing here, white is threatening a double Atari. And actually playing the hanging connection, it's a better option. Black, it's either going to descend or play Atari and connect. If black doesn't connect in the corner and takes away the extension, later on it's very easy for white to fix I shape in the corner. So that group is quite solid for white. A good decision for black to play away. This is a powerful move. Well, the turn here would be possible too locally, but taking away the shimari, it's generally good, especially in Fuseki. So here white should consider the Kosumi. Black goes back for a base, and then white can play wherever he wants. That's okay, it's a little bit questionable. This is a key point, very good. White can consider this block, but then the corner gets a little bit over concentrated. So going out, it's a fine shape. Instead of playing r8, black should go r9, because the cut at r6 is not a problem. Black can still capture both stones. r8, it's a move to prevent the cut at r6, but even if black plays something like, let's say, c6, when white cuts here, black will capture faster. So this feels a little bit conservative. Playing r9 when white turns, black gets ahead, and black will build more on the right side. So the shape is a little lighter. Well, the turn it's not such a good exchange for white, but now r8 it's too close to black's thickness, so it feels a bit over concentrate. For what is better to keep other moves in reserve, like this clamp or even cut as a cotret later on. So playing the turn is just Tajikeshi. It's a so-called thank you move. This approach is good to play in the most open side. Pincer it's an option too. Now this feels a little bit desperate. Normally white simply jumps in the corner and fix a base. Or being a handicap game, white can also consider the double kakari, the double approach, to try a more confusing follow-up. But this is another basic pattern. Playing this invasion seems a little bit desperate measure by white. The Kosumi against the other stone, it's a better option because now white has to do something to fix 017, and probably white will still consider the corner invasion. But then when white lives in the top right corner, black can simply cap and try to surround and kill the other stone. So this will be a difficult game for white, or at least the top side looks like black's territory already. Anyway, it's a nice idea to play one Kosumi or the other in order to keep white stones separated. If black jumps out, white can use the attach and then sacrifice one stone to come on top. And the same thing can happen if black cuts the other way. So white gets pretty strong towards the center while giving up one stone as bait at m18. So Kosumi, white tries to get a base. The bump is good to keep connected and also put pressure on white. Here black should consider moves to surround, like Hane. It's not a problem if white cuts here. Black can resist with Atari and then go out. And in this case, white has problems in the middle too. So when white is trying to fix the top this way, the center stones will be in trouble. White can go out easier with the Keima. Now, of course, black and Hane threatening to push and cut. But white is already out and connected. So now black has to look for compensation, attacking severe the 017 stone. A double up here, it's a good option. Something similar happened in the game. Hane here, it's important for the safety of the top left group. Then white covers, black tries to keep the group separated, that's good. No B, and defend on the right side. Actually here it's important to extend in the middle to keep the top stick of 4 stones separated from the left side. So when white turns, then black can attach and attack 017 as well. And if white comes out with the top group, then black can just jump between the groups. So this way it seems white has more weak groups than black, as both the mark groups in the top are running. So jumping here, it's a big point locally in the top right, but it allows white connect the top group. Instead of jumping out, white can simply play San and fix this way. and either connect under. Well, black can also separate and then still keep the pressure on the top group. So white jumps. Trying to separate the Ikentobi like this is generally bad. Black should simply go out. If white connects, then protect the corner, and now the two stones are still on the run. This is not so great. White's defense was really good to give up one stone and capture the corner. This attack is no need. White is already alive in the corner. So in order to catch the O15 stone, black should just came out here. And now the other 4 stones need to connect somehow. Then black should play away. For example, d10. This Atari can be kept in reserve as a cut threat, or maybe use the Atari cut and then go down. Like this, black can reduce even more. Playing Atari here forms an empty triangle, this formation, which is heavy and looks pretty ugly and not effective either. Now, trying to catch that stone on a large scale, it's an option, but Keima here would be better to put pressure on the 4 stones. So if white plays away, black can come out with Kosumi and try to separate. Anyway, once you play Keima, white is not going to escape. Well, trying to go out here, it's too late. Black can just separate and surround this way. Playing Atari, white can give up 1 stone. So either Kosumitsuke or this diagonal move, the other Kosumi to surround. Because if white tries to connect, it's not going to work. So white simply dies faster inside. And this move works too. White is trapped inside. Yeah, connecting 1 stone wasn't that wise. Better go out like this and give up the stone, then connect from on the outside. Like this, black captured the whole group. So right now, white is setting up some thickness on the left side, but there's a cutting point at G13, so it's more interesting for black to approach the left side and try to exploit that cutting point. So if white is aware of the danger, we'll add another move here, and then black can play on the bottom too. Playing a move like this, it's interesting, and then secure the corner. Going at J4 doesn't really affect the stones at P5 and allows white approach on the left side. Then extend back to set up a Moya. Inside Kakari, it's a little bit too much. It's no need. Just outside Kakari in this case. That's a Joseki. Also, defending F3 it's possible. Well, white should still extend back to set up the Moya on the left side. So inside. Black could kick, then extend on the left side, because now F4 needs to get a base, but it's impossible because black already has J4 in place, so white has to go out. Then black can still approach here, threatening to cut, and play a Kosumi to keep white without a base, and then make your own base on the bottom side. So this would be more active attack. White should play a Hane first, and then attach in the corner, and push out between the groups. Playing just Nobi, it's possible too. It feels like AI inspired play. White can simply fix the bottom area like this, and again black has to extend from the wall. So I decided to Keima, that's an option too. Kosumitsuke looks nice. And then extend from the wall. A good decision. It's always nice to play an extension from the wall. Usually here, black should play the attach and pull back, then jump out. But white can fight back with a cut, then Atari and extend. So this can become more dangerous. In that case, it makes sense to play just Kosumi. But after Kosumi, it's good to jump out. Keima can be a little bit dangerous, because white is pretty thick in that area, so white can fight back with a cut. Then separate the two stones in the middle. So in this case, it's safer to play a one space jump. Now if white comes inside, black can separate, and it's not so easy for white to leave. Also the bottom group is not completely safe yet. Yeah, this will probably die quite large on the left side, so Keima was a little bit risky. White plays away. Well, Keima is threatening the cut at G13. So if cut here, white has to come out and run. Or like this. And make some I shape. Well, this shoulder hit is playable. Trying to reduce the bottom. But black should separate like this first. Because now white needs to live in the corner. And then think about an invasion point at N3. If white comes up, black can push once and then connect under. It doesn't work for white to cut and capture like this because of the double Atari. And if white plays here, black can live inside easily. Also threatening the push and cut at Q4. So instead of playing the shoulder hit, black can play J2, threatening the corner or the invasion at N3. So if white adds another move here, now the corner has some problems. This group will die. So this kind of move prepares killing the corner or invading N3. That's why it's better for white to play a slide at J2, in this case to secure the corner. Then approach from M3 and just play away. This cut is still appealing. Then try to catch the two stones in the middle. This way the game looks good for white. So shoulder hit and pull back. It's much better to get ahead. And even one more and then connect. Nobi, that's a good move. Connect solid. So here black can play Han and Nobi in center. Then Nobi again. And then jump again in the middle to expand the moyo. Now black doesn't fear this cut anymore, because he can connect the stones in the center. Actually cutting is more interesting than peeping, so connect first. Then white has to come back and protect against the cut. Black will catch these guys in the middle and build a lot. So usually don't peep at the cutting point. Cut where you can cut. This kind of move doesn't build so much. So first things first, push in center twice to keep this area connected, and then jump further in the center to enclose more. This way black can build all these boxes. So it's pretty nice. Like this, the center is smaller than expected. Well, white can hane, atari, and keep center. And now white can push like this several times, then slide on the right side. Instead of keima here, which looks quite nice, black should go s14 first. And if white protects the corner, then keima. That s14 is a move to prevent s13 keima. So white should slide. Now, in order to protect the right side, black needs to sacrifice a stone. But this can be a little bit dangerous, because now white can come out. And then the top may be in trouble. Too much agi. So black needs to kosumi and then block. Yeah, white's cut, it's a little bit late at e9. In this case, just hane and connect, then pull back. Playing the bump might be a little bit dangerous, but it seems to be working fine. Yeah, so white didn't gain much from the sacrifice. Is this really dangerous? Atari, connect, and Tsuji. White doesn't have so many liberties, so white will die faster. Also, instead of playing the bamboo connection, black could connect here, because like this, f9 becomes black's territory. So white can only capture one stone, but it's not such a big deal. Black can still get to reduce a lot in center. So the bamboo, it's a little bit too conservative and builds a few points less for black. This is a bit too deep. Slide first, push, and then just approach on this line. White, it's already reducing enough in this area. Then Kosumi once, hane and atari, reduce in the middle, threaten the cut. And turn in the corner. So how is the score? It seems like white can win by 20 points now. Playing here, it's a bit dangerous. Black would cover and fight. And try to catch all those stones inside. If white goes out, this cut works. If atari take. And this fight, it's... Oh, this is dangerous. Black might die in the top. So it seems black has to pay attention though. And fight the call. But playing Q10, it's a little bit too submissive. This block is big, but it's still bigger to play S14. Because now, if white plays away, black can push in the corner and reduce some points. Going just R14 blocks the slide, but white can still play all the moves in center on the right side. Instead of connecting here, black can jump out, and now when white pushes and cuts, it's not such a big deal. Black is still connected in the middle. This Kosumi works when white pushes just Atari. So black can build a few extra points. That's fine. Hane, it's a good move here. White should normally protect with a double up. Instead of cutting, black has the clamp. Now when white goes down, black can cut. And this is one way to make some profit. If white connects here and black links, this is also profitable for black. So white has to go back, black connects, and white needs another move to protect. So cut and Atari. This gives some points. Remember the Tesuji, clamp Tesuji. It still works to play Atari here, then Atari under, but it's going to be Gote in this case. If white goes down, black connects, and now white again is trapped. Going out doesn't work. Yeah, so this is all center for black. Kosumi is fine. The other Kosumi is no need. Better play this Kosumi, threatening a monkey jump. And then these two moves in center. So it's a close game now. Playing the Hane in the top at K19 gave a few points for white around N19. So starting here, it's better, and then simply connect the top. Because if white goes down, black just keeps everything separated. This Hane is big. Proper defense. Black can connect with a bamboo. Well, it's better for white to Atari here, in fact. Yeah. So now we're getting into the small endgame stage. Let's see. Several center moves here. Then push. Hane in the corner. Hane connect. Usually at this stage of the game, the moves on the second line and first line are more valuable than jumping like this and just build a few extra points in the center. So white should Hane first and expand his bottom side with a couple of stones while reducing the middle, and then go down and play the whole sequence in center. If black ignores this move, white can cut and keep on, Atari all the way. Then capture everything. This would be a collapse. So white got the center moves, then he connected in Gote. This is good. Should also Hane in the corner. T2, it's a very big move. If white ignores and he plays in the center, for example, black can capture one stone, then white should either go down, or maybe white plays again another move in the middle, and when Hane, white should no be, then answer everything. So white is losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points here. Black makes a few extra, capturing the stone, plus the other 3 points. So it's about 13 points to play, to capture the stone and then continue with the center follow-up at Q1. Also, if white simply goes down, he builds all these points. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reduces the 3 points that black was making in the other variation. So the value of playing t2, it's about 12 points compared to playing in the middle for a couple of points. Actually here, when black jumps like this, white builds nothing in the center. And even playing that move, in the end, white just got these 2 points. So center is never as big as it looks. That honey was good. Alright. Now playing the honey, it's a bit tricky. T2 is the proper move because black can throw in first. And when Atari on the outside, if white connects, black captures everything. So white needs to connect here, then black takes the ko, and white needs to protect again. Or fight the ko. If white doesn't have a big enough threat, then black captures another stone. This happens often, so keep in mind that throw in a t2. And now only 1-2 points moves left, and there's no way to alterate the result. White is already winning by a few points for quite some time. Better luck next games.